It is definitely so heartwarming to see Pedro Pascal being glorified in not only one, but two series simultaneously. One being The Last of Us, of course, which I'll make a review later after I finished, and Mandalorian now, which is coming out to the third season after the peak that he had with the season 2 appearing Luke Skywalker, and after he got the lightsaber and back with his old pal Grogu, making us understand Grogu's backstory and what is reserved for Mando's future. So please, remind you guys just to leave a like, leave a subscribe, it helps a lot the channel, and just let's go with the video. For the first episode was already great enough to be considered the best opening in the series so far, which is them make someone a Mandalorian, putting their helmet on, and then just suddenly a monster appears from the lake, which is like a giant turtle mixed with an alligator the size of a house. And the visual effects for that already blew my mind away, because the effects were actually really amazing. The fighting sequences with the lasers, the harpoons, and all the Mandalorians trying to defeat this monster was just awesome, which after seemed kind of pointless because they didn't do any damage. And because of what happened later, which was actually Mando arriving on the planet with his new ship and just one shot killing the monster. It was a pleasure to see him again and Grogu again after a long time from watching the second season. Then he was there to talk with that blacksmith girl how he can be repaired for the damage that he did with his own image with the Creed after removing his helmet. So he needs to go back to Mandalore to go to the mines so he can bathe in there for some reason and then be reclaimed as a Mandalorian. But first he went back to his friend Grief, which frankly I cannot separate him from Apollo Creed, I'm sorry, which is amazing because he's such an iconic character back then, and coming back there to revive IG, which was the robot assigned to kill and capture Grogu. And after some building up, he came back almost as a zombie with his old programming and just tried to kill him again. So they took him to the small builders that we saw on Star Wars 9. Do you remember that, guys? Which was those small guys that talk funny, which then Mando and Griff just encounter some pirates. And after some time, when Mando was just leaving the planet to go to a Mandalorian planet, he encountered those pirates again with their ships. And I think we just witnessed one of the best fighting scenes in space that we had ever witnessed in Star Wars, just so we know that how much the visual effects have evolved. If you guys remember, Star Wars only had some battles on Star Wars, I think 1, Star Wars 3. The other ones were great, 7 and 8, okay, because they are new movies. It was just so scary to see that he was just an experienced fighter who was hidden inside those meteors and just killing all of those pirates one by one. Then he flew from the mothership who was trying to capture him from the main pirate, which coincidentally or not, he just looks so much alike as the Swamp Thing. But then he arrives to this planet and he just talks to Bo-Katan so he can go to Mandalore and finally reclaim his side as a Mandalorian. So he needs help for her with her army, and thinking that she will be the leader of the Mandalorian again, but he was asking for help. But she basically said, like, you have the Darksaber, so you have to lead our people, but from here, because Mandalore itself, you just don't want to go there. Maybe because there's nobody living there. I don't know what's happening after the war that they have in the Empire. So I guess he's gonna come back to Navarro in the next episode so he can get IG back to go to Mandalore again with him. Need to see how it goes from this episode, which was amazing. It finished like it looked like the episode was like 10 minutes long, because something like this was so good that the time flew. And I'm just happy to finally see some Star Wars project that is actually marvelous, which nobody can talk about it in a bad way. And normally that, and I'm hoping that in the future we are gonna see a movie about Star Wars that is just not bad or just makes everyone happy and just enjoy this great universe that Star Wars is. And I'll see you guys on the next video, and I'll be doing a review of this show all the way. And don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys. This was just a short video because of the review. So goodbye and peace.